Here in beautiful Port Douglas, the beast, and a beautiful day for it. Just wanted to do a full outfit. I got the brain to get fixed, Specialized. US and Australia got onto me and hooked that up. So we got a new shock, new brain in there. It works a lot better. I think this is a fantastic bike. It's like kick-ass handling. It's fantastic, but it's still not a full-blown race bike for me. I mean, the steering's really good. The balance is super light. The wheels, it just grows, you know. But once you start really putting the power down, I do notice this starts bobbing. You start getting a lot of bob in there. So maybe, I mean, this bike would be the best bike ever if it had a lockout. If you could lock this out like you can the Anthem or the Spark, this bike would be a ripper. To make this bike even better, I love how they've ditched the BB30. Now it's just a GXP in there. A lot easier to service, better durability, less creaking. Everything else in the bike I love. The brakes, the wheels, the hubs, the gears, ratios, everything. It looks fucking hot as well, you know. This is my shopping bike. I'm about to go to the shops on it. And yeah, it goes great. It looks hot. But it's just that bob when you put the power down, you know, it's like, so I think I'll give it to the girlfriend. She can ride it. If you're doing the 800 watts or the 400 watts or the climbing, you know, 300 something watts, you're gonna get that bob, and that changes your seat angle, that changes your seat height, and it doesn't feel very racy to me. So I like a bike with a hardtail feel, and that's what the old Epics were like. There's like a hardtail when you're climbing, etc. But the small bump compliance is really good. It's very smooth. The suspension works great, and when it's active. But when you're on the tarmac or a fire road climb, or where you don't need suspension, the bike, it has too much suspension, has too much bob, has too much give. So it's essentially a fat man's bike. You know, it's a super light trail bike. It's not a cross-country race bike, in my opinion. If you're pushing out watts, don't get this bike. Maybe get a hardtail Epic with no suspension, or get a Scott Spark or an Anthem where you actually can lock it out. That's my honest review, and everything else about the bike's great. Maybe the next edition Epic, we could have a lockout feature, and that would be sick. I reckon the best setup in the market right now is the Scott, the 3-stage lockout, where you can just lock it out, or you can have traction mode or full sus, full bounce, and that would be the best. That would be the best bet. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the groceries, do the shopping. It's here in Port Douglas, Australia. Beautiful day for it. Beautiful day for it. But that's, you know, that's before you buy an Epic. Keep that in mind. It's not a full race bike like it used to be, in my opinion. People might say, well, hey, I see Epics in the World Cup. You do, but what suspension's been run? I mean, I would like to know. I would like to ride one of their bikes, suspension-wise. That would be interesting. But there's no way someone's racing this tune on the World Cup. It's like, it's too bouncy when you sprint. And if you're in a straight line sprint for the line, and you've got some guy on a Spark who's pushing out saying watts per kilo in that sprint, then they're going to kick your ass. They're going to put half a bike or a full bike into you, because you'll be pogoing on the Epic. So it's an Epic bike, except for the suspension when you've got to put power down. That needs to be changed. And so this is the lockout version. It's firm, soft firm. So I've got it on the full harder setting, but it's still too bouncy for me when you're pushing down the power. So it's a good bike if you're just cruising around, going to the shops, or if you just, you know, maybe give it to your girlfriend who's not going to be smashing out big power. She doesn't race or anything like that. Just cruising around. It's a fun bike to ride. It handles really well. It's very smooth. It's very comfortable. It just doesn't have that race feel that I crave as a rule. Full on a cross-country race bike. The weight definitely is, but there's the suspension system, the brain. It is. I mean, the brain is working okay now, but there's too much slop. There's too much slop in this bike.
Carbs, carb the fuck up, motherfuckers. Carb the fuck up. Corn, rice, potatoes, yams, bananas, mangoes, dates, plantain, melons, blueberries, blackberries, mulberries. Get them motherfucking carbohydrates in. Go vegan, motherfuckers. Carb the fuck up, the fuck up, the fuck up.